everybody, happy Monday evening. I wanted to come to you really quickly to show you what I was making for dinner tonight. I know, Mondays can be crazy. Everybody's trying to get back in the groove of things, and to come home and have to figure out what's for dinner can be stressful. So what I did this morning before I left for work, I put some ground beef that I had in the freezer in the refrigerator to thaw. And what I'm making is a homemade version of Hamburger Helper. So I wanted to show you quickly, I've already got some of it started, but I wanted to show you how I do that. So what I've got here in this dish is just a pound to a pound and a quarter of, this was an 85-15 grass-fed beef. I do think it's really important when you can to get the best quality meat possible. We don't eat a ton of meat, but when we do, I make sure that it's good quality. So that's what I've got in here. I've browned it up. Didn't really even have to drain it because it had so little fat in it. To that, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste, okay? And what I did, I want to give you a little tip on this. Tomato paste normally comes in a can, right? You can buy it in a tube, but it's a little bit more expensive. So I typically buy the cans, and then what I like to do is to store it, because you're not using that much at a time. You're usually not using a whole can unless you're making some kind of big pot of stew or something like that. So what I like to do is put it out on a plastic wrap, and then I roll it into a log, and then I place this in the freezer, and then you can just cut off the amount that you need, and it keeps forever in the freezer. So that's just kind of a little tip of how to store your tomato paste. So after I've got my tomato paste kind of broken up in there, I'm going to start adding my spices. And what I've got is some garlic powder. Now, I don't tend to measure a lot, but I did take the time at one point when I made this to measure out how much I used so that I could write out the recipe. So this is garlic powder, and it's about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then I have some onion powder. Same thing, about 1.5 teaspoons of that goes in. And then I have smoked paprika. If you have never used smoked paprika, I use it in everything. It is really delicious, so you should try that. About 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm almost out. Okay. So I've got all that in, and then I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of salt. Again, I don't measure a lot of stuff, but feel free to measure all that out if you like. And then I'm going to add probably about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to put some fresh black pepper in that. All right, perfect. Now, once that's all kind of combined, the next thing you want to do is just add some stock. I like to use beef stock since, this is a dish that I'm using beef in. When I haven't had beef stock on hand, I have used chicken stock, so that would totally work. Or, you could use veggie stock if you wanted to. I like to keep a box of beef stock. I do make homemade chicken stock to keep in the freezer, but I tend to not take the time to make a ton of beef stock because I don't use it that much. But in this dish, it's really good. So this is actually 4 cups in here. So I add all of that, and then I'm going to turn the heat up. I had it over a medium heat after I browned everything, but now I'm going to turn it back up to high. I'm going to put that box in. There we go. And then I'm going to just make sure that I kind of scrape up all the little brown bits from the bottom. That's really what creates a lot of flavor. Now, once that comes up to a boil, then I'm going to add my pasta. So I like to use this brown rice and quinoa pasta. This is a fusilli. That's just the shape of the pasta, basically. But you could pretty much use anything. Before I found this brown rice and quinoa pasta, I would use a whole wheat egg noodle. That's really good in this too, so it's kind of up to you. I use about half the package, so these are 16-ounce packages, and I'll use about half of that. But I find that cooking the pasta right in this liquid is what really gives it tons of flavor. So it soaks up, all of that liquid, and then what I do after that, I'm not going to keep you on here to show you all of that, but what I like to do after that is once, most of the liquid is cooked out, it's absorbed into the pasta will get tender, then I add some cheese.